Good morning, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Maggie Covarrubias, and I'm one of the practitioners here, and I am very happy to be here to lead the meditation this morning. So I invite you, whether you're here in the sanctuary or whether you're joining us from home, to just take a very deep breath and release that breath. Feel the chair supporting you, and feel the earth, the blessed earth, beneath that chair, connecting us to that divine power, that beautiful power of the earth that sustains us. And let go of the things that you've carried this week. Feel that. Feel any cares, worries, busyness. Let's just feel that roll off. And right here, right now, as we let this roll off, as we let go, as we take that deep breath again, and we release it. And we settle into the core of ourselves. Right here, right now, I know, I remember that I am a manifestation of God's, of Spirit's deep divine love. I embrace that, and I know that. And as I embrace this, knowing that I'm one with a love that's eternal, I realize that I am a bright thread in a beautiful tapestry of love and light and life. I realize that all is well, that I am part of a divine dance. I am part of a love so deep, so eternal, that it radiates through everything. I am one with that power, that presence. And as I more and more realize that I am part of this loving tapestry, I also notice the beautiful miracles that are unfolding all around me. The smile of a stranger, the way the rain gently blesses the earth, bird song in the morning. All these things are part of my blessed tapestry of life. And I say yes to them. I welcome them. And I am blessed by them. And I know as I embrace this sacred moment that Spirit is always present, that there is an eternal yes, always yes, always love. And in moments of difficulty, I am still surrounded and embraced in that love. I need only say, help, or be with me. For Spirit is always present, always loving, always supporting. And I take that in fully right now. And as I gently bring myself back, I realize that I'm always connected to this loving, deep presence. And I say yes to the miracles that are unfolding in my life right here, right now. For I am always loved, always blessed. And so it is.
Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Radiant and this is
Alice.
And we are very grateful members of your Joy Note song leading team. If you'll please rise, we'll sing a couple songs. We are one mind, we are one heart, one in love and light. We are one mind, we are one heart, one in love and light. We are one mind, we are one heart, one in love and light. We are one mind, we are one heart, one in love and light. We are one mind, we are one heart, one in love and light. We are one mind, we are one heart, one in love and light. We are one mind, we are one heart, one in love and light. We are one mind, we are one heart, one in love and light. If you will please turn to your neighbor and greet them. If you're at home on the internet live streaming, I see you, I know you, I love you. And now if you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only And now this time if you'll turn to your neighbor. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my and so it is. That covers everything. But on a side note, if you don't know anything about our teaching, when you realize that one day that you're finally doing what it is in life that you would do if you were a millionaire tomorrow, and you can just be grateful that you get to do what you do today. So I inspire you to take that thought with you. If you have a device, please silence it now. And thank you for coming to celebrate this beautiful Sunday with us.
Thank you, Radiant. A good thought to leave us with. I was out walking the dog this morning before I came, and I just thought, it's another miracle day to be alive, to see trees and woods and the sun shining on my face and the wind. And so we talk about everything's a miracle. Every day is a miracle. And last week we had the burning bowl ceremony, and I just today, standing up here, reached in my back pocket and found the little green slip. And I thought, I'd been looking for it. I thought, where did I put that last week? I remember what I wrote, excuse me. But anyway, it was great to let go of something, and I've thought about that, and I've sung the song, I release and I let go, I let spirits have its way. So here's what I'm holding on to, and I still am this week, and I'm here to help remember that for myself. That's just why I come every week, as often as I possibly can. So we know that spiritually empowered people live richer, fuller lives. And that's why we are in this teaching, because it helps us become spiritually empowered with the principles of New Thought. So number 2 declaration of principles for today, because we started over again for the year, is everything is spirit. We believe in the incarnation of the Spirit in all beings, and that every person is an incarnation of the one Spirit. Get the theme here? There's only one? Maggie Covarrubias is our practitioner of the day, and before she comes up to give us an opening treatment, I'd like you to stand and sing We Are One.
We are one, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one, we are one. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one.
We are one. I invite you to take a soft gaze or close your eyes as we join together in this sacred moment. And I know right here, right now, as I join together with these loving, wonderful souls, that there is a power of love and light and life that surrounds me, that embraces me. A power that vibrates in every cell of my being. This power, this presence is God. I am one with God. And I know as I step into this new year, filled with miracles and joy and love, that power is with me, with every beat of my heart. And I know as we gather as a loving community, that this service blesses each and every one here, each and every person who sees this service, the love, the light, the joy that we share here, the beautiful music, the inspiring talk, the love that we feel around us right here, that it blesses us and it ripples out and blesses a world so in need of that love. We share that love with them, with everyone. And so I know that this is a time of miracles unfolding. I know that this is a time of love and of healing and of the blessed presence of Spirit within us and among us. I'm so grateful to be part of this teaching and to know this to be true. And I bless this prayer by saying, and so it is.
Thank you so much, Maggie, as practitioner of the day. Reverend Trish is holding high watch, and Reverend Linda will be our speaker today. The title of her talk is The Universal Voice. I just have to say, before we do the special music, having that saxophone on this congregation, oh my goodness. Oh, I remember reading that he was going to be here, but we started that first song and went, what's that sound? Anyway, thank you so much for being here. It really adds to it. It's great. So the January affirmation, we have read once. This is the second week of January. I will read it through once and then ask you to read it with me if you choose. The one infinite life that shaped the universe and everything in it is my life. Divine intelligence expresses through me, as me. I am open to the vitality of life. Together? The one infinite life that shaped the universe and everything in it is my life. Divine intelligence expresses through me, as me. I am open to the vitality of life. So it is. And we are ready for our special music. So we have our great own house band, Matt, Mo, and Paul is with us again today. And Marty. Yes, thank you. Great.
We're going to go into a meditation after we sing this song. Please feel free to close your eyes and have a downward gaze as you see fit. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive.
I am opening. I am opening. There is only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. I get caught up in my frontal cortex. I get caught up in my ego. And I forget who I really am, who everyone and everything really is. And in the forgetting, I fear. But then I remember. And in the remembering, my wholeness, my connection, my truth is revealed. And it is once again what it always was. A beautiful, beautiful, sacred world.
in which I live and move and have my being. I am grateful that my remembering comes quicker these days and lasts longer. And my forgetting is less frequent. With gratitude for knowing who I am, I let go. I let my inherent God nature be. And so it is. Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much. The universal voice. Universe, one voice. One. One. Just one thing, one. It is so simple, and yet it is so complicated. Because our senses are telling us there's 1,000 different things going on. Our senses are telling us there's different people in different places and different stuff and different energies. And yet, the truth of us is that we are one. We keep singing this song over and over again. We are one. I am you. You are me. We are one. There is only one of us. In your eyes, it's me I see. You are my reflection. We sing these songs, and we love their melodies, and we love how they make us feel, and then we forget to live that out loud. We carry it here, and sometimes even a little bit here for a few moments. But in many ways, we're not living it. We're not showing proof that we actually believe it. And so that's what this month is, this whole year basically is about. The theme this year is living out loud. Living out loud, being this teaching, being the only Science of Mind textbook that some people will ever read. And that's what we have to look at ourselves as. That's how we welcome people. That's how we get people to want to come and be here with us, is by being the sort of person that they would want to be with. That they would want to know, how do you get that? How do you get that energy? How do you have that calm in the face of all this? And then you can show them. But it's about both being our authentic selves, being who we really are, not trying, if I get you to like me because I'm pretending to be somebody I think you'll like, I have to play that game with you for the rest of my life in order for you to keep liking me. If you can't like me as who I am, then maybe we're just not supposed to be friends. That doesn't make you bad or me bad. It just means we're not, puzzle pieces, one puzzle piece doesn't make the other puzzle piece wrong. It just doesn't fit here. It fits over there, and we need to be happy with it fitting over there, because when it fits over there, it looks perfect. But when it fits over here, it's always just a slight bit akimbo. So when we are our authentic selves, we will attract to us those people who are authentically drawn to the energy we have. And they will love being with us, and they will cherish being with us. And we have to practice. We have to practice what it is we preach. If we say it's all one, if we say it's all love, if we say it's all good, then as I'm sitting there watching the TV screaming at it, I'm probably not seeing it as all good. I'm probably not practicing it as well as I might. And yet I want to say I have to feel those feelings because they're telling me where something is amiss in my life that needs to be loved and nurtured into wholeness. This week, or this month, the theme is root and reboot. Rooting as in finding our grounding. What are our basic principles? What does this teaching stand for? For years and years and years in Science of Mind, we do the first 4 chapters of the textbook. The thing itself, which is God, the way it works, what it does, and how to use it. And that's basically, they're coming under slightly different names this month, but that's basically what we're doing. We're going back to our roots and finding a way to reboot our faith, to reboot our year, to reboot our energies, to get fresh starts and emerging ideas, to allow new things to come up through us. And so then we have to look at, what do we believe? Do I actually believe this? Or is this just someplace I like to come and meet people and sing songs and you know, they don't make me feel bad, so it's okay. But I would like us this year to make a commitment. Reverend Linda Lundry Starr is going to be teaching in February a foundations class. And that's the basics of this teaching. And I know what you're, I took that 5 years ago. I took that 10 years ago. Well, honey, you're different from what you were 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And the foundations are always good to come back to. And I would like to play, and you have a new teacher as well. But what I want to do is lay out a challenge to am I willing to get back to the basics in this teaching? Am I willing to take a class that will ground me in what it is that we believe and how I apply it? How do I then apply? You know, it's one thing to say God is all there is, but then how do I apply it? How do I live that? And so this is what it's out. There's a beautiful Mark Nepo, and I just saw Maggie has got, oh God, there's a new Mark Nepo book. Somehow I missed it. I don't know how. You know, those of you who know me, I'm a bookaholic, and so consequently, the fact that I missed a new Mark Nepo book is kind of incomprehensible. Mark Nepo. Live loud enough in your heart, and there is no need to speak. Live loud enough in your heart, and there's no need to speak. There's an Emerson quote. One of my many favorites. I can't hear what you're saying because what you are doing is speaking so loudly. How loudly is my heart speaking? Well, the universal voice is what we're looking at this week. The idea that there is one voice, one life that speaks through all of creation, that speaks through each of us. And the more I recognize my own divine nature, the more I see this universal voice in everyone and everything. The idea initially, when I first came into this teaching 29 years ago, in January, right about now, we were taught that this is about, we're not changing. The only thing you can change is this. And that's still true. This is the only thing I can change. I can't change my friends. I can't change my family. I can't change my kids. I can't change my parents. I can't change my cats or dogs. I can't change the world, but I can change me. And what that means is not necessarily I may change, but also in my changing, what I look at looks different. when I am doing the work in here, the whole idea that a pebble dropped in the pond not only creates a ripple, but it ever so slightly raises the level of water in the pond. So everything I do to change myself ripples out into the world around me, into the people around me, in ways that I don't even know. But I am impacting the entirety with the work I do on myself. If you are not reading the Science of Mind magazine, there's still time. There's a really neat sale. It's like, I don't know, it's on, the subscription price is really, really low. And it's in the newsletter. You can click on a link and order it, or you can buy a copy in the bookstore. This month is Reverend Dr. Marilyn Leo, who was a contemporary of Holmes and Fenwick, Ernest and Fenwick Holmes, and has been around forever and is kind of our goddess of history. And what's funny is she's never written in the daily guides before. This is her first time writing in the daily guides after all these years. But I was reading this morning, and this explains things. This is a quote from Jesse Jennings and a quote from Ernest Holmes that she included in her. And I want to read both of these to you, because if you didn't see, even if you did see them and you heard them, it bears listening to again. From Jesse Jennings: in our version of things, God is not a commanding officer, nor even a presence apart from its own creation. It is aware of all things because it is all things, as the intelligence that permeates and the form that outpictures. We're not part of God, we are God. The search for union, and this is from Ernest, the search for union passes into the realization not that we are just with or in, but that we are of God. One with or in implies separation. The great realization is that we are of what is. We are some part of it. I am not all of God, but all that I am is God. Each one of us can say that. I am not all of God, but all that I am is the intelligence, the consciousness, the creative energy that created the universe out of itself. And then Marilyn goes on to say, we begin at a point not in time, but in consciousness. As cells, heart cells produce heart cells, brain cells produce brain cells, and multiply more brain cells, and so on. Cantaloupe seeds produce cantaloupes, not broccoli. The heart cells know how to reproduce heart cells only. We begin as loving consciousness created from itself, each having its own variety, color, and size. Yet we are all from the same original loving God consciousness. We are all from the same original loving God consciousness. We continue to be that loving consciousness even though many of us are unaware. We may act in a non-loving way, not realizing who we really are or what we can experience. We might see others as separate from ourselves, or ourself as separate from others. Just because I forget up here who I am does not stop me from being who I am. I love that when I first got into this teaching and I heard the phrase, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And it wasn't until just a couple years ago that I came to realize teacher been standing there the whole dang time. Teacher been just going, la, 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 I'm here. Are you ready now? Teacher's been there. Teacher didn't appear, we just opened our eyes. This is the truth of who we are. We are one. We are part of an infinite, intricate, complex whole that is simply one. And what I have to remember is that whatever I do to others, I'm doing to myself. If I speak words of anger or hatred or fear to you, I am planting that seed in me. There are no children in here, but they might be listening. You have to be careful what you throw at the fan. You know that stuff when it says, when it hits the fan? Yes. Because it may splash back on you. And this is the whole lesson of that. Whatever I give out comes back to me. And yeah, poo-poo. Poo-poo. Yeah, the poo-poo of things. Karen Wilson wrote the outline for this month's lessons. She's up in Vancouver and is coming in as interim minister over in Kelowna, where Dr. Ken and Dr. Deborah retired. Dr. Deborah finally retired. Her last Sunday was last Sunday, and they are now on a cruise ship to Mexico. So, realizing our infinite connection moves us out of the traditional roles of hero, villain, victim into a world where we can see each other as creators, collaborators, coaches. When I make myself into a place where there's only heroes and villains and victims, that is not a rich world in which to live, and that does not give me many opportunities. But when I can see our infinite connection literally makes us creators, collaborators, and coaches, that gives us a sense of a greater and richer way of connecting. We become spirit working with spirit, co-creating a world that works for everyone. And that's what our work is to do. That's what our goal is to do. That's what this organization seeks to create, is a world that works for everyone. Now, technically speaking, because the world responds to our belief in it, which is another lesson in coming weeks. But the world responds, there is a power for good in the universe and we can use it. That's basically it. There is a power for good in the universe and I can use it. The thing that I need to remember is whatever I'm saying and doing is putting it into the universe. It's going to reflect back to me what I think. So when I'm coming from a place of fear and not from my connection and my oneness, I'm creating situations that really aren't what I would have conscious. Nobody says, gosh, I'd really like to get a heart condition. Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if I got cancer when I grew up? No, I think better yet, I'd like to become addicted to a substance of some sort. Nobody wants that. Nobody says that's what I want to grow up and be. What they say is, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, I don't want this, I don't want that. And the universe doesn't hear, and our mind does not hear the no part. It's like where it's really important to, don't say don't forget. When we say don't forget, our mind registers forget. What we have to do is say, please remember. Remember to do this, remember to do that, remember. But the minute we presage anything with the word don't, the mind goes, okay, ignore that and listen to whatever's after it. Don't spill the coffee. So our work is to move into a positive way of looking towards things and a way of talking and collaborating with everyone. The world works the way we think it will work, and what our job is to do is to change the way we think about how it will work, and so it does indeed work for everyone in an equal and fair way. And this is our work, and this is what we are here to do. Dr. Holmes says, rather than dwell on the past, we can again look to spirit for the answer. This comes by applying a new thought. That today I am born anew. Let's say that together. Today I am born anew. Let's get a little, yeah, just open my. Today I am born anew. That principle knows nothing of precedent. Principle doesn't care what happened before. Today is a new day, and today I align myself with the highest idea of spirit and vow to live from that. I align myself with the highest idea of spirit and vow to live from that. And each day I begin again. In so doing, I spiral upwards and begin to experience life as spirit. I begin to spiral upwards and begin to experience life as spirit. That's what the Christ consciousness is. The Christ consciousness is the consciousness that divinity and humanity are one. They are one and the same. They are connected. They are not separate from one another. And so what I know and what I want everyone to experience and feel, if you can, is that everything is sacred. Life is sacred. The ground is sacred. The rain is sacred. The grains of sand on the beach are sacred. All of these things that we call inert objects are part of the intelligence of the one, part of the consciousness of the whole. And self-love is the basis for all of that. If as Dr. Leo said, it's a consciousness of love that we come from. It is the consciousness of love. God does not love us. God is love. And when we love, we are experiencing God. Can I reach within me on those days when everything looks ugly and secular and not sacred and go, love is here, even here. Love is in this moment. Love is where I came from. Love is who I am. I learned a song years ago at a Silamar, and we sang it in chapel one day. One afternoon they were doing a song leading session. And then years later here, I don't know, a few of you may remember Rod Caldwell, who was a song leader here for a number of years. He's living over at the coast now. Come to find out, he wrote the song that I learned at a Silamar back when he was somewhere else. But the basic line is, God is where we came from. God is who we are. God is where we're going. God will take us far. And that, just the lyrics themselves are sufficient. God is where we came from. God is who we are. God is where we're going. God will take us far. And I want to encourage people who have issues with the G word, because there's a lot of abuse and pain tangled up in the word God. And so if when you hear it you shut down, please find another word to substitute: a spirit, of life, of the infinite, of consciousness. Fred, I don't care. It doesn't care what we call it. Quantum physics will work. It's just the I am. The I am. This is what we are. We are the I am. And so the universal voice that is moving through us is a voice of love and connectivity and compassion and caring and oneness. No matter how different we all look, no matter how many different cars we drove here in, no matter how many different homes we're going to go to after this, we're still all part of the one infinite whole, the completeness that is spirit, that is life, that is the universe. The universal voice is our voice. So 2 challenges. First challenge is to consider, we'll have in this week's newsletter, we'll have a sign-up sheet for the foundations class. And then after the service today, everybody looking at me, even you people at home, okay, be listening. You don't get by on this. Reach out to someone you don't know and say hello from your heart. If you see someone you haven't seen here before, Greet them. Say hello from your heart. Activate your divine curiosity by discerning from your new friend how Spirit shows up for them in their life. There is someone in here who's about to make a new friend today, who's about to make a lifelong BFF, running mate, playmate. I hope it's you. Each of us is a divine idea in the mind of God. Each of us is Spirit expressing. Each of us is perfect, warts and all. Yeah, Lindy, you don't know about, yeah, I don't care. I owned a bar for 12 years. There's nothing you can tell me that's going to surprise or shock me. I'm sorry. I could probably surprise or shock you with some of the things that I have done. But beyond that, the bottom line is I'm still perfect. There's a place in me that has never been touched. There's a place in me that has never been broken. There is a place in me that knows that I am whole, perfect, and complete. No matter what happens on the outside, that within me never dies. That within me has been since before this body, will be after this body, is always. That, my friends, is what we believe. Okay, I would like to call our practitioner of the day, Maggie Covarrubias, up to the stage. And I'm going to wait here till she gets here because I know it makes John happy when we don't have an empty pulpit, and or podium, pardon me. And then she's going to bless the offering, and then we're going to have another song by the house. And for those of you who go, oh my God, well, they're spelling house band wrong. No, H-A-U-S, it's German, and Matt came up with that. It's the house band. So.
Now's the time when we can really know those blessings in our lives and cause those blessings to circulate, law of circulation. And so whether it's $1 or $100 or whatever it may be that you're able to give, we know that it blesses this community and creates events that bless everyone, keeps this community strong. And so as you hold your offering, whether you're here or whether you're at home getting ready to contribute, I know right here, right now, that the gifts that we receive, that this community receives from its members and its friends, bless this community, create a vital, loving community, a community that blesses everyone around, a community that lights the way, a community that's a safe and beautiful place to be. And so I bless this offering knowing that even as I give, I receive abundantly. And so it is.
Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. And so it is, and we are so grateful because we have another song by the house band and Marty.
I lived my childhood in the 50s around my grandparents and my mom, and they played big band music, and so I'm sort of a cross-generational. I'm singing totally along there under my mask, so. Yeah, and my dance lessons start again Thursday. Dun, 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 dun. So, announcements, the thing you've all been waiting for, what we're doing together, how we're connecting as community, all the good things that are happening. I've mentioned one which we don't have a slide for yet, but we will have a slide next week, and that is the foundations class that Reverend Linda Lundry-Starr is going to be teaching. And we'll have more info on that because she's offering this up to make sure that as many people as possible can take it. So please put this in as one of those seeds that you're planting for the coming year. Put this in a safe spot and let it gestate. Monday nights. Okay, I'm going to wait until we get, because I don't have my thing and I don't know what's going on, so something's going to happen here. The weekly Wednesday evening gathering. They had their debut, which I understand was totally awesome this last week, and I trust I will make it this week because I really want to be part of that. It's here from 6:30 to 7:30, and then Love and Stitches was canceled for today. We had this up, and I didn't get a chance to cancel it. Jeannie couldn't be here, so we're not doing that today. This coming Saturday at 2 o'clock, we are having the celebration of life for Robert. We don't have a lot. I'm getting as much information on his background as I can. It's not going to be a regular memorial where we give information about a lot of his life history, because I don't have a lot of his life history. But we're hoping that people who knew him and cared about him will be able to come and celebrate him with us. Haley's going to be here to do a song in celebration, and we are going to be having friends from around the country that are going to be watching it online as well. So if you can be here.
And treats from Grocery Outlet.
What, who?
From Grocery Outlet, Robert's favorite place.
Oh, okay. So anyway, and then we're still continuing the warm clothing drive that Kathy Day got started. Now through March, we're collecting items to be distributed. Drop your donations off in the social hall. Gloves, socks, jackets, vests, anything, sweats, stuff that will help people stay warm in the winter. Tuesdays at 10:30, we have the coffee, the men's coffee at Alon Brothers, and then Tuesdays at noon, Sandra Chavez is leading the Mysticism of Global Awareness, Discovering the Wonders of Life. It's a discussion group, and if you're interested in that, show up at noon on Tuesday. And this coming Friday is Kathy Day's it's Kathy Day week. Kathy Day's virtual game night. And if you're interested, and then would you two come up here, please? Which two? Yeah, the two I'm pointing at, you two right there. Okay. Most of you have met at some point Reverend Donna Starr and Reverend Linda Lundry-Starr. They have spoken here. They are responsible for our new Wednesday evening gathering, and we are now installing them as new staff ministers next Sunday. So plan on remaining a little bit long next Sunday. We'll finish the service, and we'll take a break, just a biological needs break is all. You know, you're just going to have time to do what you need to do and get back in here, because we're going to start at hopefully at 20 minutes to 12. We're going to start the installation ceremony, and we'll all be in robes. It'll be very grand. But so I just wanted, if you want to say something, you can, or I just wanted you to see their faces and know that we are installing them officially. You know, they've signed their letter of call way back when, but they are now going to do the official installation. And
We're excited.
all the bells and whistles.
Hey! Oh, it will be broadcasted for all of you online. Our gentleman John up there is going to hang out, and so hang out and watch as well.
Appreciate. Oh,
Yep.
and snacks after.
And snacks.
Snacks.
And then the board meeting will start a little bit late, and it will be in the meditation room again instead of the social hall. Okay, I believe that's everything. Sajay Hayes did all of our beautiful artwork. They are exquisite, and if you are interested in being in service, Astrid, will you please raise your hand? Astrid is signing people up to be greeters, ushers, other bookstore helpers, all kinds of kitchen angels, whatever. Astrid can sign you up and find out where you fit. So, a brief announcement about the practitioners, and then we're going to sing a little Bob Marley to close it all out.
Here we've studied for a number of years, and we're here to support you in your spiritual path. Sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees, so maybe you're feeling a little lost, or perhaps on the other side of the coin, you have some abundance in your life and you're just looking for more. We're happy to meet with you after service for a miracle minute. So we do have a number of practitioners here. If we could start, I don't know if we have anybody on this. Start with Reverend Linda. So we will be available at the windows after service, or here in the center as well, if you'd like to have a prayer and a moment with a practitioner. Thank you. And one more thing, but wait, there's more.
Can you imagine? I forgot something. Okay. Just briefly, wanted to for those of you who haven't seen an update on the Facebook page or group or whatever, Ona is now at the Cottage Grove Coast Fork Rehab Center and is doing much better. And they've rehomed the chickens, and she's planning on keeping her dog after all. But anyway, wanted to, she could use, positive, loving thoughts for a complete and full recovery. And now, if you will stand, we're going to sing our closing song.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds outside my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. See, don't worry about a thing, every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright.
After me. God is.
God is.
I am.
I am.
That's the truth.
And that's the truth.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Makes me think of hee haw when she goes, and that's the truth.
No, laugh in, laugh in.
Yeah.